Good morning, Saints. I hope you had a phenomenal weekend. I'm Ari Renette.
And I'm Taylor Morehouse.
And this is SFHS Today.
In national news, midterm elections are today. Remember to go vote if you haven't already. The mayor of St. Francis, Mayor Steve Feldman, spoke with reporters Jonah Stoffel and Arthur Nagus to explain how to register to vote and where to vote.
I'm Jonah Stoffel.
And I'm Arthur Nagus.
And we went to City Hall to learn how to vote.
All right, my name is Mayor Steve Feldman, Mayor of St. Francis.
I'm Jenny Whita, and I'm the city clerk at St. Francis.
All right. So how can you go register to vote?
You can register online at the Secretary of State's site, or you can come into the city and register here on the day of election and prior to the election day.
During early voting, yep. You can register when you come in to vote.
Okay. And then where in St. Francis can we go vote?
There are 3 precincts. St. Francis Precinct 1 and 2 are at the main SD15 St. Francis Area School main building on 4115 Ambassador, or on Precinct 3 is mail-in balloting.
All right, very nice. Back to the studio.
In school news, the Fall Play opens this week. On Thursday, some high school classes of Mark Rahani's middle school theater class have the opportunity to watch scenes and learn more about theater. Lily Eastman and Josh Sparks got some more information.
Hi, I'm Joshua Sparks, here with Lily Eastman, who plays Warwick the Butler in Fall Play, The Alibis, and she's going to take us backstage for an in-depth look on the production of the show.
The Alibis is kind of cool because there's 8 different playwrights that were invited to write these vignettes about the alibis of the suspects who are suspected for the murder of J. Leslie Arlington. These 8 suspects are all at a party. His body has been found. Casey Neptune is the detective who enlists Warwick the Butler in trying to find who done it. Samuel Acid, who plays Casey Neptune, the detective, also is directing 2 scenes. Chloe Betterman, who plays Professor Vivian Strict. She is directing 2 of the scenes. Kimberly Hodgman, who plays Marina, is directing 2 scenes. And Clay Karashian, who plays Sparky Randall and understudies Casey Neptune, is directing 2 scenes. And Spencer Bongard also helped direct one of the scenes. So.
What is it like being in theater?
Well, I think being on stage, it's sort of like a release of emotions. It's weird to say, but being on stage feels like the most where you can be yourself.
It's fun. It's been all of 3 days, but I'm having a good time with it.
When you first hear about theater, you don't expect it to be as much fun as it is, like with all the games we get to play.
Who do you play in the show?
I play Clyde Bartlett. My partner's Bonnie, so we're Bonnie and Clyde. So I get to be a thief.
I am the father in scene 1.
I play Detective Casey Neptune. He's a detective with a lot of flair, a huge ego, and while I think he does want to get the case done, it's best if he gets some glory with it.
What should audiences look forward to?
The amazing alibis of each person.
I think compared to a lot of the shows that we've done recently, this one's probably the most fun.
It's going to be hilarious. We are a murder mystery comedy. Come to the show. It's November 10th to 13th. 10th to the 13th.
On Thursday, our opening night, during the day for 2nd and 3rd hours, we will be doing a student, a theater education performance. And we have about 115 students coming over from the middle school also, from the theater class that Mr. Rahani at the middle school teaches. And they're going to also get to come and enjoy learning a little bit more about theater. So they won't see the whole show, And they're going to have to come back to see who did it, because we're not going to reveal that to anyone. And if you know, no spoilers.
Now back to the studio.
We appreciate being able to see behind the scenes of the play.
In other school news, here's your reminder that the food drive is fastly approaching, hosted November 7th through the 18th.
In honor of Veterans Day, SFHS will have an assembly on Friday, November 11th. In advance of the ceremony, Neil, Michael, Tyler, and Noah interviewed recruiters and people who enlisted about what the military means to them.
Which branch of the military are you in?
I joined the Army National Guard. So it's like the big Army, but they're a dual purpose branch. So they both protect state and federal. State is their main thing. So
I joined the Marine Corps, and I also joined the Army National Guard. I joined the Marine Corps first, and then I decided I wanted to serve in Minnesota, so that's when I joined the National Guard.
I have been in the Army National Guard my entire career of almost 14 years.
I serve in the United States Army active component.
U.S. Navy.
I joined the Air Force.
Why did you join the military?
Big answer, college ride. And pay for my college. I also get bonuses, so I get just paid normally from it like a job, as well as for the experience. So, shoot guns, do some fun stuff.
I joined the military because I was in high school, watched both my sisters go through college, rack up a lot of college debt, and then kind of switch their majors. Just kind of wasted a lot of time. I didn't want to do that, so I decided I just wanted to go do something to get my college paid for. I actually joined the Marine Corps right out of high school because I didn't know about all of my options. So I guess just kind of pay for college and to figure my life out. That's why I joined.
I joined a little bit later than most of the people I know. It was a family tradition. I really didn't know much about the military. I just knew I wanted to do it. So I didn't know I could do that and college at the same time. But I did it in order to keep my family tradition going and to help me pay for college.
I grew up in the 3rd Poorest County in Minnesota, up north. And where we're from, it was either get into the trades at the time or there wasn't too many options, so I decided to serve our country.
I joined the Navy because I wanted to, get out of my town. I went to college for a semester, and it just wasn't something that I felt like I really wanted to do. So after that, I did landscaping for a summer, and then didn't really realize that I wasn't really going anywhere. So I joined the Navy. Here I am 7 years later. Got 2 houses, a wife, a baby, and it's really helped me progress my life.
I joined the Navy because I really wanted to travel and see some places, so I felt that life as a sailor would grant me that opportunity, and it has. I've been all over the world. I lived in Japan for 3 years, been all over Asia and Europe with the Navy, and I love it. So that's why I'm still here today.
I joined the Air Force because military is important to my family, and I come from a pretty big military family. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
And what's your job?
My job is infantryman, 11 Bravo. I was gonna do MP, which is 31 Bravo, which is military police. But when I went to the military entrancing process station, MEPS, which they do all your medical and stuff, and they check you out, they said that they didn't have any slots open, or that it wasn't available for military police. So they gave me other options. On the list for like a 20 grand bonus for the job was infantry, so I chose that.
I've had 3 different jobs in the military. My first job was artillery. Basically, we have a 100-pound explosive and we shoot it 15, 20 miles. Then I worked in communications, so what I did is basically worked with radios and satellites so we could talk to people across the world. And then I also became a combat engineer. I guess 4 jobs. I'm a recruiter as well, so a lot of different schoolings.
I started out being what's called a 19 Delta Cav Scout, so we did a lot of reconnaissance.
which is a really fun job. We get to work with a lot of cool high-speed lasers and optics and cool stuff like that during reconnaissance. And now I am a recruiter.
My job in the Navy is aviation ordnance, so we work with bombs, missiles, rockets, torpedoes, miscellaneous rounds that go onto F-18s and helos.
I have the same job.
When I joined in 2009, I joined as a heavy equipment operator. I did that in the Army Reserves for 8 years. Then I came active duty in 2018, and I switched over to motor transport operator. So now I drive big trucks for the Army. I am currently on a broadening assignment as a 79 Romeo recruiter.
It's worth it in the end when you get your job and you join the United States Navy.
Now let's kick it over to sports.
Hey Saints, I'm Michaela Rothbauer.
And I'm Brooke McDaniel.
And this is Sports. In national sports news, the Vikings beat Washington 20-17, improving their record to 7-1.
In school sports, as this fall season has wrapped up, reporters Alec, Easton, and Joe interviewed our athletic director to get his thoughts on how the season went in the upcoming winter sports.
So how did all the fall activities go?
I think overall it was a pretty successful season for our fall sports programs. Boys soccer was conference champs, football district champs, girls were runner-up, and cross country we've got an athlete going to state. Volleyball competed well, so yeah, overall fall sports went pretty good.
And then what are you looking forward to the most for winter sports?
I think for winter sports is nobody started yet really, so expectations are still fresh, and looking forward to the kids that I haven't gotten to see compete yet, get out and compete and putting good products out there on the court, on the ice, on the mat, and all the different surfaces that we play on.
A recent graduate continued his athletic career at South Dakota State University. Reporters Kylie, Kayla, and Brooke went out and got Hunter Duskin's Division I football journey. He was recently named Missouri Valley Football Conference Player of the Week.
Hi Saints, I'm Kylie.
I'm Kayla.
And I'm Brooke. And we are currently on the football field where Hunter Dustman started his football career. Hunter is currently 21 and he is a junior in college. He graduated high school in 2020. Hunter is the only high school football athlete to play 7th through 12th grade.
In 2019, Hunter got a full ride scholarship to South Dakota State University.
Hunter is now currently the punter and the kicker for the Jackrabbits. Kylie went out and got some information on what his life is like now.
What's your favorite college memory so far?
Probably playing at Colorado State last year when they had like 45,000 fans or something.
What gives you motivation to pursue your dreams?
Making my family proud is probably the biggest thing, but it's also the people that I surround myself with and my roommates and best friends on the team. And they all have big goals and dreams, and we are all pushing each other at all times to continue to pursue those dreams.
How do you handle academics and athletics at the same time?
Meeting with your advisor and professors if you need help. That goes a long way, making sure that you're getting all your homework done and staying on top of it. And then studying for tests and quizzes as you come. And the coaches are really good at making sure our academics come before athletics. So there's a fine line between the two, but it all works out in the end.
If you could give any high school athletes advice, what would you say?
Believe in yourself is probably the biggest thing. Everybody can work hard if they want to, but believing in yourself while you're working hard can go longer than just hard work.
Now we're kicking it back to the studio.
Hunter kicked the game-winning field goal with 2 seconds left against the University of Northern Iowa on Saturday's game. With basketball starting up, our athlete of the week is Matthew Bothan.
I played rec basketball since I was in kindergarten.
I've known Matthew since he was in 3rd grade.
And how much has he grown as a player and as a kid?
Well, he's grown in a lot of ways. Obviously, physically, he's a lot bigger than he was back then, and that certainly helped. But he's also grown off the court as well. He's become a really good student. He's a very passionate and dedicated and committed young man, and that's obviously been paying off for him, and we hope it's going to pay off this season as well.
How's your recruiting process been before this year?
Mine was pretty slow compared to most guys, but I got some good offers that I liked, especially UND towards the end of the summer, so that was good.
And what made you choose UND?
It's always been my dream to play at a D1 school. After I went on my visit to UND, I just really liked the coaches, some of the players that I could meet, so it was just a good fit for me, so now I'm doing it.
As many of you know, last weekend was deer opener. Reporters went out and got some of the hunters' plans for the weekend.
It's the random question thing, ding.
Where do you hunt?
I hunt at my house in my land.
What is your favorite thing about hunting?
I like that it's calm and peaceful, and I feel like it's just an escape from life, you know.
How long have you been hunting for?
I've been hunting since I was about 5.
Where do you hunt?
I hunt in Hinckley, Minnesota and Deer River.
What is your favorite thing about hunting?
I just like sitting out in the woods. It's nice and peaceful and quiet, and every time you see that big monster buck come out, the buck fever gets you, that adrenaline rush.
How long have you hunted for?
I've been hunting since age of 9 and probably since 3rd grade.
Thank you for ending us off on a fun note. That's all we have for you this week. Stay safe, Saints.